week, he needed what, like 232 yards or something in order to get
like
to
223, and he got like 250.
And he got 250 with like 2 or 3 touchdowns. I mean,
yeah.
The guy is just he's a beast and a half. Like
he only had like 3 bad games.
Who's the last?
Maybe the secret is to give an Alabama running back like 1 to 2 redshirt seasons to like get the Nick Saban rust out of them.
Unless you're a linebacker, then you definitely have shoulder surgeries. I'm giving you an MRI as soon as I meet you.
Or a D lineman, you used up all your hip explosiveness.
Nah, because they got like 7th round D lineman from Alabama killing it in the league. Isaiah Buggs, all types of cats.
Alabama's
their
just
D line is
NFL
stacked.
mill.
Their NFL line is NFL coached.
It is, but it lasts so long.
Yeah, that's fine. I look at Alabama defensive linemen the way I look at Notre Dame tight ends. They somehow last like 12 years in the league.
I hope so. We got
Notre Dame tight ends are. How long has Kyle Rudolph been in the league? And he been lost all his speed.
It hasn't been much this last year at all. You didn't hear much. I mean, who's the?
It's a dude who came out before him. That's Tyler.
Fasano?
Not Tyler Eifert.
Fasano?
Anthony Fasano's still in the league.
I don't think he is.
He is, bro.
Where?
Google it.
Is he just
he's
a
somewhere
lineman?
On a practice squad somewhere. He was on the Bears at one point. He was on the Dolphins. Like, bro, these Notre Dame tight ends last forever.
Yeah, but at the beginning of the year, the Bears had like 9 tight ends.
Now I was the tight end for the Bears. I was the 13th Bear. I was the 13th tight end for the Bears.
But the ones that they got this year are the ones they're using, Kmet and Graham. Graham's actually having a pretty decent career. He's better than what I thought he had in Green Bay.
That's because they actually were developed. I mean, the passing attack, Graham would have been better off just being a receiver in Green Bay. The Green Bay actually needs their tight ends to block.
Yeah.
He'll give you all the catches all day that you can handle.
Yeah,
but you got to be able to block a little bit. That's why Mercedes Lewis is still in the league, because he can block.
And again, man, shout out to Devontae Adams. We didn't shout him out last week, but joined the 99 Club, Fresno State alum from the Bay Area.
I was definitely high on him coming out.
No, you weren't, bro.
Yes, I was. No, you were sold on Carr. I was higher on Adams. You're lying, bro.
I was higher on him than you.
The video, the audio doesn't lie. You were higher on Derek Carr. I was like,
no, I wasn't.
You okay? You were though. You were definitely higher on Derek Carr. I was like, if he goes to Oakland, he has a chance to have an Aaron Rodgers type trajectory if they sit him. But Adams is going to be good wherever he goes, because he literally was an actual second-team All-American, I think. He might have stuck into the first team. But no, I was high on Adams. I was like, if he runs a slow 40, he's done.
At one point, he had the record for either touchdowns or receptions.
At Fresno State? I think he set the record for receptions in the season. He had like 1,800, damn near 1,900 yards receiving almost.
Yeah, on a shit ton of bubble screens.
But he actually was, like, Isaiah Burst was on that team. He actually was the one dude on that team where you're like, he's actually good. But, Carr did what Carr does. Stalls out.
And then another game.
Stalled out in Vegas. Damn, that's a precursor.
This game I'm tired of fucking seeing. The Browns and the Steelers.
I'm tired of seeing the Steelers and anybody in their division.
Boo.
Like, especially with Juju, like, why does he keep doing it to himself? Like, he's in a contract year, bro. Like,
he's already in a contract year? He's already been in the league 5 years?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a second round pick.
Year. His best year was already 2 years ago.
His best year was when Antonio Brown.
Was 2018. That was already 2 years ago.
His best year was when Antonio Brown. You have to say that because that's a narrative. It's true.
People on Twitter are saying the Browns are going to win, and I think that's crazy.
I picked the Browns to win.
I think it's only setting up because, like, Drake and Base God basically put a hyper curse on Juju, and like,
good.
This dude just still hasn't even fucking known it.
I like Base God.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what, like, Juju keeps asking for it. Like, what? Do you want to give the Browns extra motivation? You want to give Myles Garrett extra motivation?
What did
you realize, like, Myles Garrett has, like, 5 times the amount of knees as Ben Roethlisberger, right?
I don't know what to think about this because, Are they really that much better with Ben Roethlisberger to beat the Browns without him? I mean, like how do you think that they didn't really have their starters going on in week 17? They played an excellent game and everything, but it's like, you know, Big Ben's in there. He's got a lot of experience. He's been around. I mean, unless you hurt him and stuff, I see Steelers just kind of getting by the Browns if they think it's going to be an easy game. I mean, maybe run the ball.
They can't run the ball. Like I said, James Conner, not that special. His best years are behind him. It's great that he beat cancer, but even
but
that
the
pit,
thing is, the Browns, the thing with them is not their talent, right? They have elite talent across their roster. The thing with them is they're the fucking Browns, and they don't know how to win. And now they're in a playoff, which is an unprecedented territory for.
They found a way to win, though.
Well,
they found a way to beat them to get in.
Exactly, they're going against a familiar opponent, so that added layer of stress of while we're in the playoffs isn't there because it's just another Pittsburgh week. It's just another high intensity week.
I think that's
a team that you know.
No, this is more than that. It means everything to them. This is like a hatred. This is like, I'm going to finally vanquish you once and for all. Like, this is them getting over the hump as a franchise if they beat Pittsburgh.
Of the guard, honestly.
This is the most important game in the history of this franchise. Honestly, it's the most important because they beat this team. Now you have to put some respect on their name because the Steelers were at 1.11-0, even though they had a soft schedule.
Yeah, but they fell apart.
Yeah, injuries and everything, but like Cleveland, if they can run the ball effectively, play good defense. I know some of their corners are out. They had guys who have COVID that are out, but they're not a bad football team.
Speaking of COVID, don't they?
I just think the rest of that division has closed the gap on the Steelers. Like, what is the Steelers' identity right now? It's what Minka Fitzpatrick, like
play not to lose.
TJ Watt.
They're playing not to lose. That's their identity. And Tomlin needs another quarterback. Tomlin needs a quarterback. Big Ben is done.
The Ravens and Browns have that, and even the Bengals now, to an extent, have that once Burrow gets back. But even they started playing better towards the back end of the season. So it's like the Steelers, like, yeah, they have some young talent sprinkled here and there, but
that offensive line is soft too.
They don't really have They don't really have a identity.
Like, this is probably one of the softest Pittsburgh Steelers offensive lines in years. Mostly because they don't have an identity in the run game. They just don't.
All right,
and Deontay Johnson leads the league in drops. So there goes that.
The other game we talked a lot about off the air, Bears and Saints. Eric, why don't you go ahead and start with how you're feeling about that game, since you're a resident Bears fan.
You know, I mean, it's it's nice that we limped in. You know, it's sad because like I really felt last week is that if you
didn't you go like 6-2 on the end of the second half?
Yeah, we went on a 6-game losing streak.
You had them in the
middle
half.
of the season.
You had them in the first half.
Yeah, and I mean, but we had them in the first half. But it's just, we got to finish it. And I was telling you guys earlier, it's like, in order for this game to be good, I mean, you have to go all out because it's the playoffs. We limped in. Cool. We can beat the Saints. It won't be easy, but it's going to be lights out football. Lights out defense, and it has to be turnovers. I don't see it winning without at least one turnover. And then I was saying, maybe special teams. It has to be short yards. It has to be a beneficial game for the Bears. Bears coming from behind, trying to stop Alvin Kamara all day. I mean, our run stop hasn't been there, and Khalil Mack has got to just be like a new level, and that's the only way it's going to happen. And in the playoffs, why not? But I don't keep my eyes too open, and then after that, unfortunately, we would have to really test ourselves and play Green Bay since we're the last seat. So it's just get back this week. But I think there's a chance, but I'm not too optimistic.
Whoever wins this game might have one of the easiest roads to get to the Super Bowl because these are two really flawed teams. And the Saints, yeah, you got Kamara, but I don't really trust the Saints long term with Drew Brees and Michael Thomas. Literally, it might be Ryan Tannehill, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott both have more receiving touchdowns than Michael Thomas this year. Dak Prescott has more receiving touchdowns than Michael Thomas this year. He's been figured out. That Saints team has been figured out. The defense keeps them in games. And it's crazy because for years the offense kept them in games and the defense would find a way to choke. But I just don't think the offense has what it takes. I like that Kamara scored 6 touchdowns, but it was against the Vikings. Hell, I could have got 1 the way they were tackling. We all could have got at least 4 yards a pop the way they were tackling. It was uninspired and just lackluster. He's not getting 6 touchdowns against.
He's not going to do that.
Yeah, he might. He'll give you 2 or 3.
What we know about football today is good offense beats good defense. So
because of the refs.
For me, like the Saints, if they can get clicking to the level that they have been, the high levels, even though they haven't been consistent, if they can find a way to get to that, they'll be able to overwhelm the Bears. And the same thing with the Bears. If Trubisky can not just be efficient, but also take his chances, because there are some playmakers there with Robinson and Patterson and is Montgomery healthy?
Montgomery's healthy. Defense were a little shady.
Yeah, Montgomery. So it's like they have some weapons there to challenge the Saints defense, but as Kenny mentioned, the Saints defense is a lot better than it has been these past 2 years. So, are they able to maintain that? Marcus Williams is one of the best safeties in the NFL. Shout out to the Roosevelt alum.
I was about to say, you only said that because y'all went to the same high school, but okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what.
43 is an underrated safety number, by the way.
He's had a great year, and he's in a contract year.
He's low-key redeemed himself.
He did, yeah, definitely.
I'll tell you what, if all things fail, at least there might be another fist fight.
That's true.
I'm with it.
Like Tulsa, Mississippi State?
No, I mean, what was his name? Wims, when he cold clocked and cheap shot, what's his name towards the beginning of the year?
He snapped on Chauncey Gardner.
Yeah, Chauncey Gardner. I mean, he probably had it coming, but,
He did. He apparently spit on him and he ripped his face mask out.
Yeah, no, he's dirty.
Florida DBs are all dirty, and some of them are really stupid, but that's a whole other issue.
Yeah.
Last but not least, the Buccaneers-Washington game. Do the Redskins have any chance?
No.
Yeah.
Really? Against Tom Brady?
On the strength of Alex Smith's reconstructed leg, they have a chance.
His reconstructed leg is not looking that good.
It's never going to look that good, but it's about the intestinal fortitude. And they got it.
Remember what your Chicago Bears did to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's the thing with this wild card weekend, man. That's what makes it so great. You don't have to beat these teams 9 times out of 10 or 3 times out of 7. 4 times out of 7. You just got to beat them once. Like if Chase Young has a lights out game, gets 2 or 3 sacks, like he's very well capable of, like Khalil Mack did versus his team, anything could happen.
Plus, you got a defensive end who's 6'6", 270, runs a 4.4 40.
Well, let's put it this.
And the linebackers.
I was just kind of looking at these lineups on my computer right here, and 4 of these games have a quarterback that has been playing for 15 plus years already, and
Jesus.
So with all these teams between Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and Phillip Rivers, who hangs them up first?
Wait, Peyton Manning's already retired.
Sorry, Peyton Manning. I'm sorry, Drew Brees. Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers, and
Phillip Rivers has a career.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Phillip Rivers has a career in color commentary, and I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to hear stories of him trash talking. I hope he becomes a TV announcer and only does Raider games.
He should actually. They should partner him up with Tony Romo.
They should pair him up with Kirk Morrison. They should pair him up with former Raider Kirk Morrison. They played against each other. But they gotta pair Rivers and Romo together with like a good mediator. Maybe Al Michaels. for the Super Bowl.